Gardening during the summer can be both rewarding and challenging. With the heat, sun exposure, and various outdoor tasks, it's crucial to ensure that we're not just growing plants, but also cultivating a safe environment. In this session, we'll dive into how to effectively assess and manage the risks associated with summer gardening. Risk is a part of everything we do, whether it's something as simple as getting out of bed, eating a meal, mowing the lawn, hanging a picture, walking the dog, or riding a bike. Evaluating the potential risks associated with everyday activities can significantly enhance our safety in daily life. While a formal written risk assessment might not be necessary at home, it's still valuable to follow a few basic steps to identify and address potential hazards. By adopting this proactive approach, we can make our daily routines safer and more manageable. Consider the steps involved in the task you're about to perform and identify any potential hazards that could arise. It's also important to think about how changes to the task might introduce additional risks. For instance, when gardening, be aware of the following hazards. Activities such as bending, kneeling, pulling, and lifting can strain your body. Proper techniques and posture can help prevent injury. Heat and sun. Working outside in direct sunlight and high temperatures can lead to heat exhaustion or sunburn. Make sure to stay hydrated and use sun protection. Be mindful of potential allergens, poison ivy, or other harmful plants that could cause reactions. Wearing gloves and long sleeves can provide protection. Spiders and insects. Be cautious of stings or bites from insects and spiders in the garden. Regularly inspect the area and wear protective clothing if necessary. Dust or small debris from soil and plants can irritate your eyes. Use eye protection if you're working in particularly dusty conditions. Tools such as shovels, rakes, and power equipment can present their own set of hazards. Ensure that you are familiar with the proper use and maintenance of these tools to avoid accidents. By being aware of these potential hazards and taking appropriate precautions, you can reduce the risks associated with gardening and work more safely. To effectively control hazards while gardening, consider the following measures for various risks. For ergonomics, use a wheelbarrow to transport dirt, soil, and fertilizer, which reduces the need for heavy lifting and minimizes strain on your back. Specialized weed pulling tools can help you avoid excessive bending and pulling, reducing the risk of discomfort or injury. Additionally, a cushioned kneeling pad provides comfort and support while working at ground level, easing pressure on your knees. To address heat and sun exposure, wear a wide-brimmed sun hat to shield your face, neck, and ears from direct sunlight, thus reducing the risk of sunburn. Apply sunscreen with a high SPF to all exposed skin and consider donning UV-protective long-sleeved shirts for additional protection. It's also important to take frequent breaks to drink water and cool down, which helps prevent heat exhaustion and keeps you refreshed throughout your gardening tasks. For biological hazards, if you have allergies, consider taking preventative medication before starting work to mitigate allergic reactions. Wear long sleeves, gloves, and other protective clothing to minimize contact with allergens and irritants, such as poison ivy. Ensure you wash your hands, face, and any exposed skin thoroughly before taking breaks and at the end of your gardening session to remove potential allergens and contaminants. When dealing with spiders and insects, use insect repellent to protect yourself from stings and bites. Before beginning work, inspect the area for spiders and insects and remove or avoid areas where these pests are present to reduce the risk of encounters. To manage dust and debris, wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from dust, dirt, and small particles that could cause irritation or injury. Using a dust mask can help you avoid inhaling dust and small particles that may be stirred up while working. Additionally, moistening the ground slightly before digging or working can help reduce dust and minimize airborne debris. Lastly, for tool safety, always inspect tools before use to ensure they are in good working condition and free from defects that could cause accidents. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, such as gloves and safety goggles, when using tools to protect yourself from injury. Familiarize yourself with the correct usage and handling of gardening tools to prevent accidents and ensure efficient operation. By implementing these control measures, you can effectively address potential hazards and create a safer gardening environment. Once you have implemented your hazard mitigation strategies, revisit the steps of the task to ensure that these measures effectively address the identified risks. Carefully assess whether your precautions are sufficient and if they adequately manage potential hazards. If you have any concerns about your safety or feel that the risks are not fully controlled, it is important to start the process over and adjust your mitigations as needed. If, however, you are confident that the hazards have been appropriately addressed and that it is safe to proceed, you can begin the task. However, safety should remain a continuous priority. As you work, continuously monitor and evaluate the risks associated with the task. Should any changes in conditions arise, such as unexpected weather, new hazards, or altered circumstances, immediately cease work and reassess the situation. Determine whether additional or different mitigation strategies are required to maintain safety. This ongoing evaluation ensures that you can adapt to changing conditions and keep your work environment safe throughout the duration of the task.